Look at that, guys. Now, somebody wants to know, why don't you throw up a containment tent and hit them with CO2?
And that's actually an interesting idea. With these bees, now I know that if you're in the pest control business, that works awesome for, ants or termites or infestations where you're going to throw a tent up. Okay, if you've watched any of our videos, you'll know better. So please watch a bunch of our videos, because these bees aren't going to wait for us to monkey around, put a whole goddamn tent up around them. If you watch some of our videos, you'll see in some situations we wouldn't be standing here right now. They would already be on us. We didn't do a damn thing. You see, it's like trying to contain air out here. It's not going to happen. To build a structure around this is not going to happen. They were not going to wait patiently.
Well, Robert Whitehead said he'd rather see us get chased around by them anyway. And the truth is, we would rather have that too. That's what.
And my bee
that's
suit,
what
I don't
we
give
also
a shit.
want.
In my bee suit, I'm Superman, and I would like that better too.
They're not native. They really disrupt the ecosystems here. People say, oh, they pollinate. Here's the problem. The way that they pollinate, they don't take the pollen far enough away from the original flowers. The plants get inbred. And then subsequent generations get weaker and weaker. And you start losing species of native plants. Not good. They also compete with the native pollinators. All that honey, the pollen, the propolis, well, the honey and pollen, the nectar, all of that is supposed to be food for the natives.
Right.
They're hoarding it up there.
Yep.
They're preppers, and they're hoarding it up there for winter. That means you've got all these native pollinators out here that are starving out. In Tucson, there's no more bumblebees, thanks to these assholes.
Yep. Man, that is just a full-on hive. So beautiful. But they can't live here. They're already sniffing around, sniffing us. Of course, our suits smell like venom. I've told you that a million times, because they drip venom on us. They get so damn pissed off.
We can't sneak up on them, so I'm in disguise today.
Yes, Hosh is in disguise.
Yeah. Wow, look at all these bees.
There's a shitload of them in there.
Yeah.
Oh, they know we're here.
Oh, yeah, they're going to blow up.
Look at this. They know we're here.
Wow, look at them writhing.
Writhing.
Yeah.
Look at them writhing.
My disguise did not work.
Your what didn't?
My disguise didn't work.
I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I can see your nose hairs from
but
here.
they're onto us. Look.
Yeah, they're definitely onto us. You know when they're really going to get onto us? We start cutting the comb. But yeah, they definitely don't like us very much. Remember, it only takes 500 stings to equal a rattlesnake bite. And you got, 50,000 bees or something there. So it's a numbers game with these things. The individual stings are the same. So these folks that live way out here on this ranch, they know not to mess with these things. Now, it feels like we got some seriously dry comb. This is empty.
Yep.
And it's absolutely beautiful, but it's just beeswax. So, beautiful hive. Africanized bees. They look exactly the same. Don't be fooled by the naysayers. But when we get into the middle of this thing and start cutting it up, that's when it's going to get exciting, because I said so. This is your BSMR moment. I'm going to see if we have... They're stealing their own honey.
Yeah.
So depending... Every hive, every single hive, no matter how the temperament is... Okay, these guys are not that bad. Thank God. I'm good with that. That does not mean that they wouldn't be in a minute. Well, now they're lighting up. Oh, and it's been here for a little bit. I mean, it's about 6 months, but look at how dark that is.
Right.
So they're really building quick. Because we were here... 6 months ago, 7 months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, springtime.
Yeah, and this was not here. We did the other side. Remember, Log Cabin Leviathan?
Right.
And so now this is pretty empty. There's a little bit of honey at the very top, so nothing worth turning into comb. I just said comb.
Thank you.
Okay, and we don't want any on the. I mean, without bee suits on, we would be getting stung all to hell. Not as bad as like a class 6 or something ridiculous, but nonetheless. Oh, wow.
Well, we are on the west side of the house, so these bees are a little cold right now.
Exactly. It's still the
sun hasn't hit
the sun is
yet.
south, of course, now for the winter. And this is very lightweight. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping for 100 pounds of honey out of this, but not yet. Not yet, guys. Now this, we're getting in some good sized pieces here. So in case this is heavy, I'm going to cut it down the middle. It feels pretty lightweight. The full-on hive, guys. Full-on hive. Again, I have no idea how they could think they could survive. Look at that. Total BSMR moment, huh?
Well, they really built it out, though. I mean, it's quite an establishment.
Incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And like Laura was saying on the other job that we did for her, when we got her in the suit, what are they going to live on? And she was a beekeeper.
Right.
You know?
Right.
She ain't gonna be keeping bees down here, that's for sure.
Baffling.
It really is. Oh, wow! Check this out, guys. Holy cow! Wow.
Now you just can't live with these things. This hive is right next to their carport.
Right next to the damn carport.
So they're pulling in, they're pulling out. The exhaust pisses the bees off.
The noise.
All kinds of stuff can happen. These things, they've killed 3 people in Cochise County this summer.
That we know of.
That we are aware of,
right.
Yeah. And every week in Cochise County, they kill a dog, a horse, or a goat.
In Latin America, they kill people every day. You know, so if we say they killed 1,000 people, that's reported.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that number's so old.
Oh, and that number is so old. That's like 15 years old or something.
Yeah. No,
so this is still not, I mean, it's solid bees, you can see.
Right, but it's still empty, huh?
Still very little. It'll make good Viking, but we're not getting the comb. And, you know, I've told people, like, at the store, people will say, do you have any Viking or any comb? And the Viking and the comb are the creme de la creme. They're the top notch of the hive. And some years, I've gone for 2 years without any comb. It just depends on the bees and the season and what the hell they're up to. I never know what to expect. That's half the fun of it, of course. You just don't know. Okay, this is very gloppy, so I don't want it to get on the lenses, of course. How's everybody doing? Anybody got any questions or anything?
Well, there's lots of basic questions coming up on TikTok.
Okay,
for example,
like
they want to know why we're not smoking them.
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, actually, it's not a good idea, but it's an interesting question. And the reason that we don't smoke these bees is they're just too hard to keep lit.
Yeah.
It's really, really simple. No, I used to use smoke, I used smoke for almost 20 years because it worked. And then these Africanized bees, they just stopped caring about my feelings, and that really broke my heart. And I've never gotten over it, really. Can I tell you about it? I have a shoulder. They don't care about smoke. So we're not going to carry equipment on the truck that might work. You know what I mean? We're going to carry equipment on the truck that does work. This is a little bit heavier, but it's not like a chunk of comb, of honeycomb that we would put into a box, but this will be excellent Viking.
Now, somebody asked, speaking of equipment that does work, how come we're not using spray glue today?
Oh, good, because we're in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's really a good question, actually. So if we were in a development or in town, we'd be using spray adhesive. Absolutely. Because there might be a chance of people around. But we have a real issue with people thinking they can do this at home after watching a couple of our videos. No, don't. And that's why we want to show it. See, these guys, they lit up just there. They're aggressive. They would be stinging the shit out of us if we didn't have the suits on. This is not a goddamn DIY channel, guys. All right? Put down the spray adhesive and step away from the beehive. You're going to get someone killed. Now, we will be killing these bees, you're damn right, because they're an invasive species. They don't belong here. All right? They are, now, on top of being invasive species, because European honeybees, I was just saying, are an invasive species of the Western Hemisphere. There weren't any here before the colonists came, period. Then, these Africanized bees were created in Brazil in 1957, crossbred. And so they're man-made, they're a creation. So not only, we went from European honeybees being an invasive species to these guys being a deadly invasive species. What's not to love?
Listen, don't quarter honeybees. Please don't keep honeybees in the U.S. They're not native, and there's too many of them. There's 1 million honeybee hives in America right now. It's not good. There's too much of them and not enough of our native pollinators. So let's wise up Quit the honeybee fetish. Let's save America's native bees. Let's save America's native pollinators. And let's save America's native plants. Plant native plants. No lawns. Let those wildflowers grow. We'll see you guys on the next job.